welcome to another episode of 1878 United Fan Zone. We apologize for the previous frogs. Looks like the fires have driven all the frogs Casey's way. Man, Man United 2, Rangers 1. Bruno saves us at the end. We'll start off with you, Mikey. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, so I feel like it was better. I guess it was better than Southampton's game. We had control of the ball. It just looks like we didn't do much with it when we had it.
Yeah.
And then for them to have scored a goal, I forgot about that boy Dessers. He's a certified goal scorer over there in Scotland. And forgot about him. He got loose. He got a chance. He scored it. Nothing that Bayern could do about that. I definitely feel like it was a lapse in our judgment. We kind of shut off a little bit once we got our goal, and once we kind of shut off a bit, we didn't go get the killer goal until they went and equalized. So there's a lot to do. I'm not like overly impressed with. Once again, I would just like to say, like I was saying to everybody in my group, I still don't know what our level is because we can't vanquish a team that's weak as this. But we struggle with Southampton and Brighton, but we beat City and we beat Arsenal in a cup match. Or we draw with Liverpool. So I still don't know what our level is.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. Casey, what do you think of the game?
Yeah, we did what we had to do. There was nothing like, we dominated the stat, all that stuff. But, you watch us play, you see the same mistakes. You wonder where the goals are going to come from. Defensively, I thought we were fine. That goal that young man made was just magnificent. It was a great goal. Our defenders have the best shots, and our strikers aren't. I thought Collier was a bright spot. I was very impressed with him. He looks like a true player. I don't want to get him all geeked up and gas him up because that's what we do. We like to annoy him before it's time. But, as of a response to a man tearing up the locker room, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just thought we'd have the better players. As long as you have the better players and you work hard and you stay focused, you're supposed to beat a team like that. And
I think one person... Yeah, I was going to say, I think one person that turned up for the game today, and I'm hoping it could be a little bit more, and hopefully there's a part of me that's hopefully it's not his last game. But I thought Garnacho turned up today.
Yeah,
I think he was the
good.
biggest threat on the pitch today.
He was great. He was good. He looked lively. I'll give him that.
Yeah, and one of the great things, well, some of those crosses he put in today, just a workhorse. He got back for 90 minutes. He got back when he needed to get back. So for me, it's kind of bittersweet that if he does leave, but I tell you what, that crowd does not want him to leave because they were loud today singing Viva Garnacho. They were loud. Is it something, with a game? Is there anybody else that kind of, stuck out for you today? 𝗕𝗓 stuck out for me today. I think he did a solid job in goal. And I don't think he deserves to give that goal back. Garnet, just a couple of chats. Got a look at goal today from Tenzin. Tenzin is saying Garnacho stinker. You think Garnacho had a stinker today?
What?
Wow.
Expound on that, bro. Go ahead and go in on that. How did he have a stinker?
Yeah, please let us know what you think, man.
I like to hear it.
He's probably talking about that one goal he had that didn't go in. But Garnacho shows true effort. Garnacho, every time he goes out there, he's getting better. He's showing that he wants to get better. Yeah. I appreciate that.
I think.
Yeah, one of the things for me with Garnacho though is he's doing something that Rashford isn't doing, fighting for his place, and he's getting better every game.
What does that mean? He said, "Look at his shots." What does it mean? He had an okay game. He got up and down. He plays on the wing, bro. He's not a striker, so yeah, it's okay if he. The other goal we had was a mishap from Butland. Like, that's the first goal we had. It was a mishap, and then it took Bruno to rescue us at the last minute. So, like, they had plenty shots, just didn't go in.
16 shots on target.
I don't think that's indicative of his play, but if that's what you covet is shots, then cool.
Excellent pass from Martinez to Bruno.
Of
It,
course.
That was just
it was
magnificent.
beautiful.
What did I say last show? I said we need somebody to play out the back that could give those penetrated passes, and Martinez wasn't in. He has to play now. He's not always going to play. He's going to be hurt. I thought he got hurt today. He was down for a bit, but he jumped up. It was on that same foot that got injured, but he jumped up and he was able to do that. So now I thought he was good. Euro was decent. Let's see. Let's be honest, boys. Garnacho is worth 20 max. Yeah, but if that's the case,
20
it's
what?
it's Chelsea that
20
wants to
mil.
pay the 60. So nobody's, no, we can be worth whatever. If the market dictates it's 60, then and two teams want him for around 55, then that's what the price is. So I can be honest all I want.
So this
Respect.
person is saying that Garnacho is being overvalued in the market. That's what he's basically
He
what they're
said
saying.
Garnacho's worth 20 max, and then he said, look at Garnacho's shots. That's indicative of his play today. Like it's not though. That's just one aspect of it. There was a time where we wasn't getting any shots, or we'd have one shot on goal. Now we get 16 and control the game. Now that's against weaker opposition, for sure. Rangers are the worst. Were the worst of the two teams here. We suck, but we don't suck like Rangers. Okay,
Yeah.
but we still gave them a chance and took our foot off the pedal. And our one true goal came from Bruno. That's the true goal, in-play goal. It took Butland. I don't know how that goes off his wrist. Like he punched it full on. He caught it full on.
It came off the top of his knuckle here and went back.
I watched it back. It came right here. It was right here. And I was like, because I was like, how? And he must have just he fluffed it, but it went straight back.
Well, we deserve that goal because that 𝗈𝙊𝙍 one, I don't understand how that wasn't a goal. That was just
Jeremy said Anthony wasn't worth 100 million, but United did. There you go.
Listen, if Garnacho is only worth 20, there's more. Rasmus is worth 5 or 3. It's so funny how Rasmus gets on my nerves right now.
Garnacho's scared to take on his man, passing it backwards. Yo,
the one thing I'm going to say here with Garnacho, his dribbling isn't good enough for a 20-year-old. I will say that it is not good enough. It's one of the lowest in the leagues. So I will concede a little bit there that his dribbling isn't great. But if you look at his overall play today, he played as a 10, but he also dragged the defender out wide, which was
he kept with.
Yeah, he kept with it. He dragged the player out wide, which allowed 𝙈𝙀𝙀 to move further in. They played with a back four, so I think he had a great game. Yes, his shots, but you can't blame him for not scoring that goal. The entire goal line had 4 people across it, so I'm not sure. Yes, he shot. It came off the player's head, hit the post, went wide.
I'm curious, who got man of the match? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'd probably Bruno for the last minute winner. It usually happens that way.
Garnacho dribbles the ball out of the pitch mostly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought he looked very. Listen, if you want to go off all the games before, I respect how you're seeing it, but I think it's a bit of agenda there. I feel like he didn't do a lot of those things today. I think he did a decent job today, more than what he normally does. But it was against bad opposition. Bad first touch, awful dribbling. I'll give you the dribbling is bad. And mid shooting, I don't know. He doesn't get enough shots for me to be like that. He's asked to play the ball inward. He's not asked.
Let me ask you this, Tenzin. If Garnacho is terrible and had a shit game today and is only worth 20 million, who would you play in his place?
That's a good question. And if he's terrible and his touch is bad, then what's
Rasmus Højlund is horrendous.
Rasmus Højlund is awful. Then I'm not against you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to.
We're not against Garnacho. You. We just.
I'm not trying
it's
to.
a community chat.
I'm not defending him. Yeah, I'm not defending Garnacho. But I would say this game he did decent this game. I think he's to be credited for this game, and he almost scored one.
Yeah,
I feel like since he's been dropped,
or 2.
I think since he was dropped from that game, the past game, he's elevated his game. He's worked on all his issues. He's trying to keep with. He's trying to get good crosses in. He's just trying. He's put it.
Yes,
So
once
you're saying-
He's trying
again,
to put in
Dan,
effort. He's being coachable. That's what I see about.
Dan Taylor says, "Thanks for Bruno. Thank God for Bruno. Thought that game was going to be a lot easier. Me too. Me too. I told you. Was it this game? I told you. It's not going to be easy. It wasn't going to be 3-0.
It should have been. It should have been 6-7 now. To be honest with you, 16 shots on target, 2 goals. Whoa, let me rephrase that.
Were
1
the
goal.
16 on target?
Yeah, 16 on target, I believe.
No. It was like 7 on target.
Yeah, I think it was 16 shots in total.
Yeah.
We had 6 on target.
6 on target. But one other thing I want to kind of touch on, and I know I keep like banging the drum here. We need a striker because the positioning play from like 𝙈𝙊𝙍's not a striker, right? I think he's playing fantastically well. He's holding that ball up and moving it.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know how to be in the correct position. There was a shot today taken by Bruno, right? And it came off the goalie's hands, and there was nobody poaching that back goal to just smash that into the back of the net. There's amount of times that ball has gone in, and there's nobody sitting on the penalty spot. Like, obviously, today, 𝗕𝗓𝙍, great positioning. Not so well on the shot, but positioning was great to get that ball. But a striker, every day of the week, a true striker, we get a lot more goals because 𝗕𝗓𝙍 is passing the ball in more now. 𝗕𝗊𝙍's passing the ball in now. There's just nobody in the box to be a poacher and put that in the back of the net. How many goals do you think 𝗕𝗓𝙍 scores today? 5, 6? Because he's such a poacher.
2 or 3.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he's a poacher.
I didn't leave that game seeing garnacho as a problem.
I did not. No. I didn't see anybody from that game that was a problem today. I think Collier was great. Didn't have his best game, but he was good.
The
back line.
Go ahead, my bad,
Mikey.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, the only worry for me from the game today is the 2 injuries to our centre back. That's my only concern from today. 𝗕𝗏 not coming out at halftime and not even coming back to the bench is a worry for me. 𝙈𝙍𝙍 coming off, that looks more like a niggle. You know, he put some ice on it, just being precautious. But 𝗕𝗏, to be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked that 𝗕𝗏 hasn't gone out injured already, and we're in January. To be honest with you, considering how many injuries he's had before, but a lot of his injuries are, you know, they're small injuries. He's very rare does he have a big injury, so hopefully it's not a big one. It looks like I would say you probably put Maz back there at the right wing back and put you know, just to cover on Saturday. Actually, there is one player I will pick out today. 𝗕𝗏 had another stinker today. I don't think he played well at all again today.
Yeah, I'd say 𝗕𝗏. I would say, but even him, it wasn't like the worst. But they were giving him some fits on that side for sure, and he didn't look too crisp today. I think he might be tired too, because he
Played
plays
a lot of football.
Yeah, he plays every game. Him and Bruno play every game. I don't know what if it's a Portuguese thing that they just have iron lungs or whatever the case may be, but they play every game. I just want to say this real quick. Anybody that's still talking crazy about Bruno Fernandes, please see me in the car park, like Saeed would say. Come see me in the car park if you're still talking crazy about Bruno Fernandes, because, brother, amount of times that he's had to bail us out of stuff. I know Bruno isn't the finished article. I know he's not the best thing ever. He is the finished article because he's 30. But I know he's not the best thing ever since sliced bread. And I know there's times that he can seem annoying and all this other stuff, but there's been at least 10 or 15 of these types of games where Bruno has rescued us either a point or 3 every time. So I got to show love to Bruno, bro. He's the captain. Go out there, figure it out. Martinez with a great pass that's probably not going to get any love, puts us through. And however we can get, let me just, as negative as that sound, however we get 3 points today is how we get it. You know what I'm saying? We can't turn our nose up at 3 points. I don't care how it looks, but it is kind of concerning when we're not dominated teams that are worth, $30 million in total? Yeah. They started playing kids towards the end of that game and got a goal. They started to play kids, 21 and 22-year-old kids. So that's concerning. That is concerning looking forward, and I still worry about our level. But no, Dan, we hadn't touched on the letter to the supporters group. Y'all know about that?
Yeah.
I sent it in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey, is there any player you thought today didn't have that really good of a game? Or
no one noticeable. No one noticeable. No one I can say was a terrible performance. I thought we just did what we had to do. I don't think the guys let each other down. There was definitely an effort to play well. So I can't pinpoint anybody, you know. Yes, we want to see more and more goals go in, but as long as we win and get by. But there's no one I would say he definitely was a problem. No, I can't say that. I really can't.
Yeah.
You know, you just want to see us score more goals. That's the only issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, there's 8 people in here. If you could please give the thumbs up, a like, share, and hit the notification button. We are live every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So please go ahead and hit that for us. Especially you new people. Tenzin, would love to see you in here more with your crazy comments. It might be crazy, but we still respect them because this is a fan show. We love it. We love that sort of thing in here. Sunday, Fulham. We're going to touch on that before we touch on some of the other important things from the stadium today. Do you think this? I know in the past we've got, this must be a carry on for the next game. You know, we've got to play well. But there was something a little different for me today. I thought they were kind of pretty decent today. You know what I mean? Compared to, yes, we beat Arsenal, but we weren't, you know, kind of dominant. You know, and I know it's only Rangers, but this is also a Fuller team that we should be beating too, or at least getting a point from. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Okay, this is a Fulham team that we have to win for. We need to carry on this. Do you see us coming back out like we did last weekend, or do you see us coming out like we did tonight against Fulham?
That's the thing. Who knows? That's the thing with this group of players. Who knows? Because after beating Arsenal, what did we do 2 games straight? And we beat Arsenal only because there's a penalty ended on the end of that game, right? We don't beat them in full time. We don't beat them in 120 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. So once again, it just goes back to knowing their level. I don't know who's going to show up against Fulham.
Yeah.
You would love to say Fulham is not great right now. They're in 10th, 8 wins, 9 draws, 5 defeats, doing better than we are.
Where did we play this game?
Ooh, let me see. It is at where? Go tell me where it is. Oh, it's not saying. I'm sorry.
Well,
Craven Cottage. It's in London. Craven Cottage.
I like our chances. This team seems to get too nervous at Trafford. They don't deal well with Trafford. This is a team that feels comfortable on the road. I'm not going to say I feel too confident that we're going to see that type of performance. But, you know, if DeLitte's playing, if those guys are all coming back fine, I feel better. You know, it's goals, guys. It's goals. This team, we need to keep used to scoring first. If we can do that, I think the team will play better. But as Mikey says, I don't feel confident saying they're going to win or bring the effort.
As long as Casey stays home, we're gonna win the game.
Oh no, that's done. That's done. I stayed home for the last game and we lost. I'm back at the pub.
Just read some comments. Tenzin is saying we need a left wing back as soon as possible. I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you on that one. One of the things we
can go down the list of shit we need.
I think left wing back and striker is the most important, to be honest with you. Left wing back, I saw some things from 𝙈𝙊𝙍 today, and I've seen it in the last couple of games. It's kind of concerning to the point where Martinez is yelling at him to get forward. He doesn't get forward. Like when Martinez plays the ball in midfield to say 𝙈𝙊𝙍 or Bruno, 𝙈𝙊𝙍 just stays there. He doesn't get down the wing. So there's no chance for Bruno to ping that ball back over to him and on the counter attack. So he just stays in mid. He stays as technically a back 4. I'm getting concerned that I know it's out of position, but you should still have that mindset as I need to get forward. For me, it's kind of concerning that he can't play in this system because he isn't getting forward when he needs to. And is it that, or is he scared that he's not going to get back in time? It is a little concern. For me, I don't think he fits this system. What do you guys see on that? Because it is pretty noticeable.
Wow.
I just don't think he's athletic enough for the system. We need someone who's a little bit more rapid, a little bit more pacey out there. And I think 𝙈𝙊's a guy that wants to dribble past somebody and not instead of blowing past him or stretching the field. So I mean, he could be tired. I don't know. 𝙈𝙊 was at one point one of our best players, and it just seems like there's a drop off in the system.
What did he do wrong? I'm trying to figure out what he's doing wrong. Just a couple of days ago, you were posting how fast he was. Look how fast he got back on defense. And then about a week and a half ago, he was clearing everything off the line at goal. And in 10 days, now he's not good enough for the system. What happened?
So for me, I've gone back and watched the last 3 games, like full game. And when he might be different on the right, but on the left, he doesn't transition how 𝗦𝗊 wants to transition. So we all know if you go to Sporting, 𝗦𝗊 likes that ball in the middle. He likes the ball in the middle, but he likes the wingers, the wing backs as an option. So what they do is the winger will take somebody out with them. So if they got a back 4, the winger will go out there, 𝗦𝗊 will go out here, so then it turns it into a back 2, which allows the front 3 to then be a 3-on-2 situation. 𝗦𝗊 isn't getting down that wing on the left to drag that player out of position to cover him, which then turns it into a back 3, so it's 3-on-3. That's how he likes to transition the ball out. So 𝗦𝗊 doesn't, when the ball's played in, like I said, to 𝗕𝗓𝗓 or to Bruno, whoever's in the middle, 𝙈𝙊 doesn't run down the wing like he's supposed to right now, and he's getting yelled at by Martinez to run. He likes to stay kind of back because that's his mind. He's a defender. He's not a winger. That's why 𝗦𝗊 likes his wingers to be, his wing backs to be wingers, because they have the ability to run forward, get the ball in, or drag somebody out of play. That's what I'm concerned at. That's all. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just concerned that he might not fit his position on the left. He definitely doesn't fit the position on the left. He might be a little bit better of it on the right, but that's why I'm saying I don't think he might not fit it.
In the back 3, he needs to be in the center. He needs to be in the middle.
No, right? He's playing as a wing back.
So yeah, we can't have that. 𝗈𝗊 or 𝙈𝙊? You talking about 𝙈𝙊?
𝙈𝙊, yeah, not 𝗈𝗊. 𝙈𝙊, yeah.
Okay. You know what? I got it all wrong. I thought you said 𝗈𝗊. I'm like, 𝗈𝗊's not good enough for the system. But yes, 100%. I agree with everything you just said. 𝙈𝙊 might be just tired too. Like how, shout out to Quinton Panger. I think 𝙈𝙊 is just overplayed. We're expecting a lot out of him every game. Shouts to Mark. What's up, bro? You back in the States? Evening, lads. Neither 𝙈𝙊 or 𝗦𝗡 are wingbacks. We need 2 starters in those positions. Yeah,
𝗦𝗊 starts as wingback every game for me. He has to start as a wingback.
Has to. And then we also see what his numbers look like when he plays in that right 10. It's not that he's bad. It's just that he can't create for us as much when he has more room when he's playing and he can hold it with. I don't know. He just always looks dangerous. When he was up against, I forget what his name was. He was having that guy on toast the whole game. And I was just like, this guy, 𝗦𝗊, he's really our impact player. And shame on Ten Hag. Shame on Ten Hag for keeping that away from us for so long. But,
you can see there's a true focus on them trying to slow down 𝗕𝗊 too, because there's always 2 guys coming at.
They brought 2 each time, but then that begs the question: is like they were playing 2 banks of 4 for most of it, right? And it was setting up very low. They were setting up very, very low. But 2 commits to 𝗦𝗊, so that means there should be an extra man running into the box that he can put the ball on, and it wasn't happening. Didn't his hat trick come when he was moved to forward? Was he forward? Was he a forward?
He was playing wing back.
He was playing wing back.
You might be right, Mark. I don't remember. I'd start.
I believe
I'm in the 10.
Yeah, I believe he was playing that wing back position.
I'm not against that. I'm just saying what he scored all the games that we played him out wide. He's scored in. He's either scored or assisted in.
The only reason
in that game, I don't remember.
Yeah, Limerick. The only reason I would keep him as a wide player instead of a 10 is for the reason I just said. He has that ability to get out wide.
Okay.
He has the ability to get out wide and drag that player out, whereas no one on the right that we have right now does that. So that still allows the front three to kind of attack. When he's there, we don't have anyone. As of right now, I would start him as a wing back until we get somebody that's a wing back. Because right now, no one is unique like him to drag a player out there because we don't have anyone that can do it. Like you said, Mazraoui can't do it. So there's no one in our team that can do that. To drag that player out and then take him on, come in, and then there's 3 players in the center of the box. I get what you're saying. I would probably start him as a 10 when we have a wing back. But right now, I think he is better as a wing back.
Either way, the guy looked super lively today. And I think that Ahmad might be even talking to 𝗕nacho in a weird way, like, hey, try this, do this. Like, you know, you don't have to just – because 𝗕nacho's thing is that he gets a little bit predictable after a while, right? Ahmad will try things. He'll go between you. He'll nutmeg you. His feints are good. Like, he comes right at you. And it's with pace. He keeps pace the entire game. It doesn't ever look like he's too tired.
No.
And he's actually deceptively strong. There was a part where it was a 1v1. The ball came over the top, and he was onside, and he, like, pushes the guy off him. And I'm like, oh, my God, where's this? Bro, you're 110 pounds soaking wet. Where'd this come from? But remember, that was a big deal for people in the beginning. He's not strong enough.
Rasmus Højlund can't do it right.
Rasmus Højlund is a wrestler, bro. I don't know what his deal is. I'm not giving up on him, though. I don't want to give up on him.
Yeah, I don't want to give up on him, you know, because we did this last season where he went and, you know, couldn't score and then went on broke our record of consecutive goals scored. So, for me, you know, we'll touch on the transfer market real quick. Is there any inkling? Is there any idea that we are going to receive anybody this month? Because I think it's a shame that you can't even get a left wing back. From what I'm hearing, the left wing back that we do want is saying that he wants the Man United move, not the Napoli move. I've seen that on multiple reports today, coming from some of the same sources. Mikey, I saw Bayern Deer was going to be in goal today. I'm just messing with you, but yeah, that if we only get one player in and we don't get a striker, okay. But for me, a left wing back is needed drastically to do the same things that Ahmed is doing, to drag that player out of position.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you guys think?
I just don't think. Well, once again, like I said before, I didn't think there's going to be any signings. I did for the first week, but now, you're just at this point where there's no news developing that talks are being even had, right? Like, there's advanced talks, like somebody signed or somebody's gotten to a point where, like, okay, this is where it's going to be. We're either seeing teams coming in, swooping in, and they're in an advanced stage talk with them, or, like, you know, it's just not happening in our favor. And around this time in January, and on the 20-something odd day of the transfer window, you normally see that we are in these talks. It's just a matter of when now. But once again, we're broke. We're broke. People know there's not a lot of money, and people want money. They want to go for deals. Loans is fine. Talks for Dorgu. Dorgu's looking like he's going nowhere.
No, he's saying he wants. That's
Napoli.
what we're talking about. He wants to go to Man United, not Napoli. He's telling his team he wants to go to United, not Napoli. And to be honest with you, I think it's a mind game set here. I think Napoli want 𝗕nacho, and I think they're saying, hey, we're going to go for Dorgu. It's a whole mind game set between those, Chelsea. Like, hey, if we don't get our player in 𝗕nacho, we'll just go for your player instead. I don't think they necessarily want him.
Nothing in stone, though. Nothing in, like, hey, agent's here. Agent flew here. We normally know things like that.
Yeah, our agent has been out there to talk. There's
where?
Out to talk to Dorgo's team. There has been an agent go out there.
Our agent?
There's nothing like
our agent.
We put a bid in for him, and it was really low, and he got turned down. Go ahead, Casey.
I'm just going on with you guys saying there's nothing saying like the player agreed with terms, nothing like that. It doesn't seem like there's any movement, any buzz. And if you get around like the 25th and that type, you just don't see how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mark's
we're a
saying
few days away from.
My bad, Casey. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
I'll tell you, Mark's saying it right here. I wasn't expecting anything other than maybe a loan signer or two this Jan. Exactly what we were told. Yeah, head of our transfer negotiations has been out there. Where's out there though? Like to where Dorgu is?
The Lens to the team he plays for.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I know we put a bid in it, but it was just real low. Sorry, Casey.
There was something saying the Napoli coach called 𝗕nacho and said that he wanted him part. You can do that?
No, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah, you're not
I
allowed to
thought
do
that was a strange report that came out. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't. The one thing I'm totally against is this Chelsea talk for 𝗕nacho. I think that
That's
I
what I was
wouldn't
saying.
I wouldn't even entertain that shit.
So there was talk after 𝗕𝗓𝙍𝙍 in the interview where he was asked if this was 𝗕nacho's last game. He said he doesn't talk about that, but we'll see in the next coming days. Kind of a little bit ominous, to be honest with you. Do you guys honestly see 𝗕nacho go?
Well, his agent is working hard. The agent is definitely testing the market. And if there's we put a price on his head, and I'm scared if a team goes for that price. You know, 𝗕nacho might go. I mean, if you look at 𝗕nacho's side of it, why not? I mean, right now you looking. He knows what's going on in the team. He's behind closed doors. You go to Napoli, you might ball. I mean, look at Scotty. Guys are doing well leaving Manchester United. So,
is Scotty doing well? He has 6 goals in 23 games.
No, he's actually doing really well over there.
He's doing very average.
No, he's doing really well over there.
6 goals in 23 games is very well.
Yeah, but he's only a midfielder.
He's doing the same amount he was doing here.
Yeah, but he's doing well for Napoli over there. Like, they're top of the league, dude. They're doing pretty well. His assists this season is pretty decent.
6 goals is doing well. We don't hear about these guys when they're not doing anything. We don't hear about them. We only hear when they score a goal. But it's 6 goals. Like, is he doing well? He's been there for how many months? Is that well?
Been there since, yeah, it's well. If considering he's not a striker,
Respect.
He scored more than our strikers combined. So
respect.
Yeah.
We're saying our strikers are bad, so that's not a good comparison. Yeah. We already.
He's also winning man of the match. Colin Limerick, he's winning man of the match awards regularly.
Okay.
And I know they have a special song for him. It's something to do with Maradona, Scotty Donna or something. They call him over there.
No.
Hey, if they're loving him over there and he's doing well, good luck to him.
God bless him. God bless him. I just watched a video about it the other day. Like, everybody was like, we only hear about these players when they score a goal. Other than that, you don't hear. And then they listed all the players that have left and what they're doing, and like how it's like about the same amount of levels that they were doing at Man United in the same amount of games. But it's like this thing with media to make us seem like we list out on how good they could be. It's like a media ploy. Like, everybody does it. The only one I feel like is tearing it up, like for his position or wherever he's at, is Greenwood. Greenwood's the only one doing it. But like,
no, I think Anthony Elanga's doing that too.
Doing that because
it hits better. It hits better when you're playing when your team's top of the league. So anything you do, it hits better.
No, I think Anthony Elanga's doing pretty well at Nottingham Forest.
I think Anthony Elanga's doing very well.
3 goals, 5 assists.
Not bad.
With
Elanga? Very well. It's just that his team's performing.
Yeah.
Is that very well?
It's not bad.
Are we crying about that here? Are we like,
no, we're not.
Right.
No, we're not crying about it. But I think to say he's not doing well is, I think he's doing well.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's doing great, but he's doing well. Can't
argue.
But I agree with you. The Greenwood is definitely killing it. Over in France.
Yeah, not to bring him up. I'm just saying of the list of people, because I remember when Fred was tearing it up, right? And now we don't hear about Fred no more.
Yeah. Well, I think Fred's almost about to retire. I think he was kind of old when he left Man United, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he does not start. You're right, Mark. He doesn't start every week, and I think he was injured for most of the season too.
Elanga?
Talking about Elanga. I'm just saying it's a media thing for sure. But no, shout out to Scotty. I hope you're tearing it up, bro. Just stay away from my team.
Now, if 𝗕nacho goes, do you see incoming, or do you see it as balancing the books? Because I want to move on to the letter today.
Okay.
The letter was pretty damning. We've lost over $1 million a year for the last 3 years.
Is that what you sent in the group, like the video?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, so break it down for me, please, because I'll watch it.
So the club is saying it's not. Yeah, they're saying they came out and said it's not sustainable. We're losing $1 million a year right now for the last 3 years. So 300 million in the last 3 years. Due to transfer fees, whatever. We owe, in the next 12 months, we owe 175 million in back transfer fees. And if we continue, they've apologized for the price hike and stuff like that. But what they're trying to say is, if we continue like this, it's not a good look for Man United. In no uncertain circumstances, it's detrimental that the Glazers get us out of this debt, and they need to do what they need to do it. Now, after this year, when that 175 million is paid, we have a little more room to wiggle when it comes to transfers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But as of right now, in terms I like to say it, we're fucked. It's not good. And they were going on, and the last words that they said at the end of it was, the reason why a club like Man United is like this is because they have owners that don't put money in. They're the only team in the Premier League that have owners that don't put money into the club. So basically, this to the Glazers.
Feels like they're setting us up for zero activity in the transfer windows. There has to be a forward incoming if we get rid of Garnacho and Rashford. Just imagine if that happens, right? And Alenga is perfect for the 4 system sit in spring. Oh no, he's a good player. I just didn't think 3 goals and 5 assists is a lot, but he also doesn't play. But we're going with that right there. I don't know what to say to that, man. Besides, the Glazers have to go out, but then I just don't understand what Ineos came in for.
Yeah,
I don't understand what it makes their like positioning in the club and buying that percentage. What is it, 27, 28% now?
Yeah,
27.
It makes that stranger to me. Like I'm very perplexed as to why. See, when I wanted the Sheik, people were like, "No, we don't want the Sheik because X, Y, and Z," and I get it. But the Sheik, I think he would have took care of that debt one time.
With this,
it wouldn't have been an issue.
Would have been started building already.
But also I get why people don't want the Sheik, right? I get it. But like, is the chemical guy much better? Is the guy that dumped chemicals in the harbor in Manchester much better? Like, do we get a choice to pick the ethical billionaire here? There isn't any, so probably not. I'm not sure what this means for us. I'm really not sure what this means for us, and it's kind of scary now.
Yeah, they did elaborate on the fact that Ineos have put money of their own into the club to keep it where it needs to be for right now. If it wasn't, but to your point though, it's like, if I was Ineos, I wouldn't have brought the club at this point. If you knew the finances were like that, I wouldn't have brought the club. And if Glazer said no, I would have just let them keep going. And at some point, the Glazers would have been okay, we have to full sell.
Yep.
Because it's either the club going to administration or they have a full sale.
It just seems like the stadium is the one thing he wants to cement for his legacy. It seems like that's the one thing he wants to get accomplished more than anything.
Yeah, but the stadium isn't just a legacy for him. It is. Don't get me wrong. But that stadium being built is also the future of Manchester United, because the amount of money they will revenue from that new stadium is astronomical. That 3 billion will be paid back in years, not 10, 20 years, in years. You're talking, you keep 100,000 people. You can do what Barca were doing. You can sell box seats. You could advertisement. We don't even have a screen in our stadium. So let alone putting advertisements on the screen. You're talking billions of dollars earned back from that new stadium. That's why he wants to do it. And it's not, but to be honest, it is his legacy too. But you got to remember how much money would come back to him and the club from that stadium being built. He knows that.
I just want to know
doesn't seem like there's any. He doesn't bring any. Gets us out the struggle. The struggle continues with him. I mean, and then we're just penny pinching and trying to get growth.
Yeah, but I think watching that video today though, Casey, kind of shows that he's apologized for it, but what he's saying is for the short term this year, because Limerick just said, where did he just put that? But as of this fiscal year, we're done unless money comes in. I think we owned. From what I'm hearing, we were this close to getting fined or docked points. Now imagine if we'd got docked points this year, where we would be. So as much as we all been hating on him, we also got to look at maybe that 50, 60 million that he pinched from somewhere kept us afloat. They did apologize for it, and we got to look at the end of the day. I don't think they should have brought it, but they're in it, and now they've got to do stuff to keep us afloat until some of this money starts getting paid off. Because it is dire at Man United right now. The finances are horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing though, like, no, we're not hating on him.
No, I know.
They said that they were going to do X, Y, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then they get rid of Dan Ashworth after 5 months and then have to pay him. They played the Ten Hag game, decide to give him a new contract, and then get rid of him after that. That's money that we had to pay out to two separate individuals. I don't know if we're paying Dan Ashworth what he's getting, but we had to give Ten Hag money. So it's like, you said you were going to do these things, and then they're not going to plan. So all we can do is look at what you've done, right? Yeah. And not seeing it's not, going to plan. Like I get why. Like I was talking to the one dude in the 1878 group, right? And somebody had the banner that says 66. They didn't like the price amount or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, just everything's going up in the world. Just deal with it. That's not a good way to be. Like, that's still, I don't see how people are going to come and watch Man United regardless. It's going to be one of us that take those seats. It's going to be me who comes. Yeah. It's going to be me who comes and pays $300 for that seat, like I did every other time I've gone. I've had a membership with the club, and I bought tickets same day and paid $400, $500 for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can afford it.
Agree.
So
the one thing like Limerick's saying,
it's not going to go away.
For me, I kind of agree with what Limerick's saying there. Sometimes things don't work out. You try your best and they don't work out. We got to change it. So one thing I will give him credit for, though, is it wasn't working out, and he made the change quickly and decisively instead of letting it fester on, kind of like we've done in the past. Yes, we've had to make the change. The only one thing that I would say in hindsight, and we all say hindsight here, is the Ten Hag decision. He should have gone in the summer, but we all know that's a hindsight because all of us here at 1878 said we should give him a little bit more time.
Yep.
So I'm going to see just where we are in a year financially, because at the end of the year, once we've paid off what we need to pay off, we're going to have money to spend in the summer. It's not going to be like a serious amount, but it's going to be enough to get in 2 or 3 players that he wants. Let's see where we are next year. Let's do well in the Europa League. I think that's for me, that is more important than the Premier League, because imagine if you win that and get back in the Champions League, how much more money that's going to put back into his pocket to then compete in the transfer market. So for me, the Europa League is the most important thing. Obviously staying up, but for me, it's you've got to win that Europa League this year.
Yeah, Mark said, would you rather we continue down what they think is the wrong road or correct it quick? No. I'm not saying they didn't make the right decision. I'm just saying you did that and it was wrong, and you had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're calling it out. Like, you made the wrong decision. It's fine. Well, when Radcliffe said this is a several-year plan, he wasn't managing expectations, lad. He meant it because it's reality 100%. But you have to agree the optics don't look good. It's going to take time. That's why I'm not. You got to let me get it out.
Sorry.
You got Ineos. I'm not against Ineos. I'm not Ineos out at all. I'm never say that. What they're going to do has to take time. They need time in the role. But if you're asking what I would have done, I probably would do the same thing, because they're at the point where they have to slash the $20,000. But I just wouldn't have said anything. I would have done it. I would have just made it happen. I would have. But to make it look, to get rid of it, just doesn't look good. That's all it is. But they need time. 100%. I agree. Was relegation a part of the plan?
Cheese, man. Cheese is on it today. Cheese is on it.
In a way, I get what he says. I mean, people will handle all this better if the team was playing better, and so that's the tough
Yes.
part.
Yes.
That's the tough part.
But it also happens if the team's playing better and we get into Europe, then the financial situation's better. That's the problem. We have it because of our mismanager of managers and signings. We are not in the Champions League, which is costing us a lot of money by not being in it. Because you look at the TV revenue from being in the Champions League compared to being in the Europa League, it's quite substantial.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, I like that one.
Yeah, I like I said, Ineos needs more time. I'm not against them. And I hope that all of this stuff makes sense because, we want them to figure it out. I just don't. When you start talking about losses and this amount of money and that and this and the debt that's still hanging, it's like these guys are willing to just drive us into the ground and say, all right, we're ready to sell here, 8 billion. Come get it, somebody. Shake whoever, come get it. And it's like, we'll be damn near in administration by that point.
You know what would be nice? Is if the Glazers fuck off, sell it to Sheik, and they co-run it together.
With Ineos, yes. That's what we
co-run it together. There's no reason why they can't co-run it together. No reason whatsoever. Both have
there's a reason, because they're all billionaires and they want to own it completely. One of them wants to own it completely. I don't even think the Glazers wanted to do this. I think they kind of got pushed to this point because we were about to tear the damn doors off the building.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of got pushed to selling this percentage. But look how much stuff is in that deal that's packaged up in this percentage deal that they have, right? We don't know what their position is as day-to-day goes. What do they do in the day-to-day planning? Because none of their guys are like the signing guys or any of that stuff. What do they do exactly now?
No, I agree. Yeah, so the Glazers are in charge of the financial situation, which clearly they're not, and Ineos are in charge of footballing now. So it looks like Ineos.
I don't like that, Mark. The Sheik had his chance. There's no evidence he was ever really serious. What?
He bid 8 billion or whatever it was.
What? He had the money, right? They said he didn't have the money. He didn't like that. He did not like that they were playing with his name like that. That guy has the money.
Yeah.
Berrylicious. Oh, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, real quick, Cheese, your mic is on the way, and Limerick is great. Limerick, we need a new show called Jesus Christ. A 10-minute segment from Cheese with his brand new mic. It's got to happen. If it's 10 minutes after the game...
You could bun herbs, too. You could bun herb and talk about the game. I'll supply you with the herbs. But, Casey, what do you think, man? What do you think about this whole thing? What would you do? What would Casey do? What would you do in this situation, given all that's happening with Man United?
Oh, my God. Well, this is a complex question. What would I do if I mean, I'm not mad at Ineos either. They're taking on a complex task. You got some people who are like the Glazers just sitting around trying to get more dividends. They're not helping. They don't want to help. They want them to do all the work. It's a time thing. They've only been here for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. It's not going to get fixed. You just got to just be patient. And that's one thing our supporters don't have is patience. Because you're hearing people talking about we need to get rid of the coach already. It's just crazy. So, I mean, Ineos has got to keep what they're doing. They're going to get negative feedback no matter what they do. They can't let us sway them. They can't let the media sway them. You got a plan, stick to it. Do everything. They're doing a lot of things at one time, trying to fix the team, get a stadium, get us out of debt. I mean, not even get us out of debt, just get us financially above water. So let them be. Let them be. We just got to sit back and try and enjoy football.
Real quick, Mikey. I will give him real quick, Mikey. I will give Ineos respect for coming out and doing that today, because it's something the Glazers never did. They were honest. They came out. They were brutally honest with where we are. You got to give them respect for doing it today. Mikey, go ahead.
I'd say, we got on that guy's head about 𝗕𝗁, boy.
Yeah.
We jumped that guy.
Yeah, he took a lot. Everybody's like, "What's going on?"
Everybody was like, "Shut up, idiot! What are you talking about?" And I love that.
Someone said, "We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you."
I love that. You know why? Because it showed that we really backing this coach. I think that's just a microcosm of like what the greater sentiment is that we're really backing 𝗕𝗏 this time around. Like, we cannot do this merry-go-round anymore. And I wanted that with Ten Hag, but Ten Hag, what he did was he was very arrogant in how he was setting these teams up and who he was allowing to play and backing Anthony when he shouldn't, probably not pulling Onana when he should have, whatever the case may be. So, like, that little comment section right there where all those beautiful LA Reds, it was a microcosm of how I feel like the rest of the fan base feels when it comes to this coach, and I love it. Let's back 𝗕𝗏.
Yeah, I like your MLS comment.
Yeah, yo, the guy said it's a team full of internationals. Why aren't they doing well? I'm like, this is the Premier League. Everybody has teams full of internationals. Fool, what do you think?
Did you see what I put, Mikey?
Internationals. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like,
Mikey, did you see my response?
Yeah, I thought you called him everything but a child of God.
What you have said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in this rambling, incoherent response were you even close anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I don't know,
I still think it's a bot.
Mark's right, though. Social media is madness as far as opinion. Mark, are you coming on our show on Tuesday? Because I sent you a DM, and I wanted you to be our guy on the ground at Old Trafford, but you never answered me back. Are you coming on the show Tuesday? Yay or nay?
People get camera shy.
Camera shy. Real quick, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a poll because we have 10 people in here. I'm gonna do a poll for if we win on Sunday or not. So
let me get those score predictions. Nobody. I won the last Oracle because I am the Oracle. I see all and know all. So please give me your score prediction. I will say we will win 1-0 to Fulham. 1-0 to us. 1-0 to us. 1-0 against Fulham.
2-1.
So 2-1 for you. Let me go ahead. Let me get my pad out. Let me get my pad and write this down. But yeah, go ahead and get your score predictions in the comments.
I like a 2-1 too.
2-1. Okay, 2-1. 1-0 for me. Mark says 2-0 Fulham. Okay. Wow. You picked Fulham to win. Okay. That's cool. De Ligt probably out.
I'm not too concerned with De Ligt out if we can put 𝗕𝗏𝗀 at right back and Maguire at centre back and have Martinez in. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. They did have a week off to prepare. 1-1 Dan Taylor, 1-1 Quentin Pandra. Oh, that's Q. That's Q, right? Q from Pittsburgh.
Ooh. As of right now, do we beat Fulham? 60%? No.
Wow.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, I mean, I think
it's the inconsistency thing.
What Mark's saying is probably the best thing for me is that they had a week to prepare. We just played today, and we'll be playing in a few more days. And we already got guys that are tired already. Like I'm surprised they gave Ugarte any time, even though he came on and looked great.
I'm Mainu.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna stymie us the most is the fact that these guys are tired, and that's kind of why I don't want to be in any competitions next year. I only want to be in competition next year for the money. That's it. But I don't think we're any levels to be in any of these European competitions. It would be nice to just have one game a week so 𝗕𝗏 could get his guys into the system and figure it out and only play the FA Cup and then Carabao or whatever the case may be. So,
right, we've got 12 people in here. We've got 5 votes. Come on, everyone! I want your opinion. We beat Fulham. Got a polo. We're getting interactive. So.
No, yeah, I mean I agree. Fulham is good. They're better. They're better than us in position in the league, and we cannot score goals. 100%. I don't know.
Definitely not going to be an easy match.
I still think we could win. We'll nick a goal and that'll be that, and we'll leave London with 3 points.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Man United.
Oh, bro, you wouldn't trust me, Mark. You're not the first person to say that Man United was gonna lose. Ask Ronaldo. Ronaldo always thinks we're gonna lose.
Cheese thinks we're gonna lose and end up in championship. Yes, sir.
There you go. Yeah, I think we could win that game, bro. I think it just depends. Once again, it just depends on what Man United decides to show up, and it's away. Listen, it being away from home or at Old Trafford means nothing because we're tracking about the same amount at both places. I mean, look how we played today against way lesser opposition at home. As much as we had the ball, we looked like we weren't doing anything with it in front of goals. So just depends. Shout out to Jeremy, 1-1 draw. Yo, nobody thinks we're gonna play. Nobody. Did you put draw at all as a choice?
No, I put yes or no. So obviously no is not a win. So
limit those early mistakes. We'll be playing better.
Exactly.
We always start those early mistakes and it always costs us.
Now,
exactly the attitude. Yep.
So we're gonna go ahead, and the poll is ended with 57% no, 43% yes.
That's crazy.
So that is pretty impressed with that. My last question: does 𝗕𝗓 stay in goal? Did he do enough today to stay in goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should stay in goal. I think he should stay in goal just for the fact that like Onana needs a real dropping. He hasn't had a real dropping. So, and this kid has been waiting for a long time to play. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the Onana Defense League, but he hasn't been doing well. So it's all good. Give 𝗕𝗓. 𝗕𝗓 looked very good today. So
yeah,
it's about the best guy. Nobody's above the club. Give it to him.
Yeah.
I bet no for my draw, LOL, Q says, and hate to do it, but being realistic. Okay. I feel you,
Let us know real quick in the chat. Do you keep 𝗕𝗓 in goal for Sunday? For me, I think he needs a run of game. I think we need to see a run of games with him. Onana, go sort out whatever you were sorting out. Do some coaching classes on how to slide on the floor and collect the ball because it's not really that difficult. But so for me, 𝗕𝗓 needs a run of games because I honestly think we could have our next goalkeeper here.
I worry about his
one thing he was good today that Onana doesn't do. He does, but we can also put that down to not much playing time with the back four or the back line.
No, it just looks like
I also thought he did.
Go ahead.
I thought he got it out a lot quicker today than Onana, though. Do you not think?
No. There was a couple times he got the ball and he passed it quickly short and it didn't look composed at all. It just looked like it was fast. Onana always looks like he's going to have the ball under control, at least when a man's on him. He'll play it around someone. I'll give him that. But he has made bonehead mistakes with having the ball sometimes. So 𝗕𝗓 has yet to do that. He has gotten the ball out, but I don't think he's doing it much faster. I think under some real pressure, he doesn't look really good with his feet. I will say, but that's here nor there. If you're letting him in the goal, if you're letting him in the goal, it doesn't matter how good you are with your feet. So yeah, he literally kicked the ball out of play every single time against Arsenal. I call that the De Gea special.
Number one rule though, Limerick, isn't it, in football? I was taught as a kid: if in doubt, kick it out.
But there was no doubt some of those times. It was like,
I'm just fucking with you.
Just pass it to the man right there. He's open.
Yeah.
You know, but
Dan Taylor saying, yes, I would, but it's a ballsy call. I suppose 𝗕𝗓 hasn't been afraid to do that with other guys already, though, which is a great comment. He hasn't been afraid to, make those ballsy calls.
Next man up, bro. Next man up. We want the man to do the job. It's not about who we like. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting it right. So if he does the job and he can do it consistently, he's in there. Onana, I'm sorry. We'll probably get some good money for him somewhere else.
Yeah. So anything else you guys want to add before the end of the show? We'll be back on. Mikey, are you doing your quick 10-minute at the end of the game on Sunday?
I will be doing my 10 minutes. South got something to say at the end, a video. I do want to say this real quick. So the Atlanta group, we are going to have a 𝗈𝗊𝙍 flag made. We're sorting out what it is that's going to go with for our pub. I will be putting up a little link if you want to contribute to that fund. So, a little $3, $5 here if you want to do that. It's going to cost me $500 because I'm getting it from the guy who makes the Manchester is Heaven flag. I'm getting exactly from him. He made all those flags that's hanging in Old Trafford, and it costs a little bit much to ship. So if you want to help your boy out, because I don't feel like paying for this all by myself, $3 or $5 from 10 of us, we'll be all right.
Yeah. No,
12 of us, 20 of us, 10, 30 of us, we'll be good. So if you want to, I'll put the link up, and if you want to just contribute to that, we will appreciate it down here in the South.
And Casey, any walking, talking shows coming out?
Yeah, I'll do one soon. I'll be walking in the morning and it's crazy because there'll be people in the streets. I'm just like, I just want to see us play well. Limit the individual errors, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hoping.
All right, everybody,
really
that's
hoping.
another episode
Hold on
of
real quick.
1870.
We got goal kick was basically relinquishing of possession. Photo he took from the stands with the caption "Go on the lads" is very strange. Yes, Rashford was very weird for that. Very strange. Charlie from 𝗈𝗊𝙍 Flags made my flag 25 years ago. Yes. He cost though. He's costing. Most of it is shipping. And Dan Taylor with the thumbs up. Shouts to you, Dan, for tuning in. And Mark just saying so he meant my flag. And yeah, good night, y'all. We love to see you, man. Until next time.
I appreciate everybody, all the new people in here today. Limerick, I've never met you, but it's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
We have met him. He's been on the Tuesday show.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Okay, fair. I have met you. Sorry. Hopefully you come back on a Tuesday then.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Come on Tuesday, and then I'll know who you are. But all right, everybody. Glory, Man United, and we'll see you on Monday for another episode.